would say personal growth kind of just defines my rights and morals. I think that emotional intelligence is essential for personal growth. I try to approach differences with patience and understanding.
What does personal growth mean and what does it cost? Hey, I'm Madison and this is Growing Pains, a space where Gen Z gets real about the messy, meaningful process of growth and what it really means to our generation. Each episode, we have Gen Z individuals diving into how growth shapes our careers, relationships, and identities, and how things like culture, environment, and failure challenge us along the way. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.
Our first guest understands firsthand how the relationships we surround ourselves with can both hinder and jumpstart our growth, and how mindfulness plays a key role in her growth journey.
Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm 21 years old. I say that my personal growth has made both positive and challenging effects towards my relationships. And as I've grown, I think I've become more self-aware and confident about the people that I surround myself with. This kind of has strengthened me and my friendships and helped me build deeper and more meaningful connections. However, it also has led to some distancing from people who may not align with my values or personal journey that I'm on.
Rachel explains how self-awareness largely influenced her growth. She dives in further to explain how emotional intelligence can also help understand yourself better.
I think that emotional intelligence is essential for personal growth because it helps me understand my own emotions and manage them effectively and respond to others with empathy. By improving my emotional intelligence, I've become more self-aware, which has strengthened my relationships. I think I communicate clearly and handle conflicts a little bit more maturely and recognize when others need my support or help.
Empathy is a core trait that leads to understanding others deeper. How can learning this help us handle challenges in our growth journeys?
I try to approach differences with patience and understanding. I remind myself that everyone grows at their own pace and in different ways. Instead of forcing my perspective onto somebody else, I focus on open communication and just mutual respect.
Rachel dives in deeper to explain how personal values don't always align with those around us, but we can still see their perspectives from a place of understanding.
I personally think that personal growth can create tension between relationships, especially if it changes like my values or priorities in ways that others aren't used to. When this happens, I try to be more open about my growth with others. I also do listen to the concerns of others and reassure them that my growth doesn't mean that I value others any less.
While respecting that responsibility goes hand in hand in the success of a relationship, Rachel explains how her experiences have shaped her identity today and altered her way of viewing the world entirely.
I would say personal growth kind of just defines my rights and morals and keeps me aligned with what I need to do. When I graduated high school and I moved to Georgia for 2 years and I came back home 2 years, and there are some people that I used to be close with here in Hawaii, but 2 years later people change and so did I, and I've had to let them know like, hey, I'm not that same girl that I was when I lived in Hawaii. I've gone through some things in Georgia, and now that I'm back home, it's different.
Relationships can influence our growth in multiple ways, family and friends being two of our most meaningful relationships. Rachel dives into how she found support in her close relationships, but also learned something new about herself.
I'd say that I grew up very dependent on my family and friends, and who doesn't, and I guess moving to Georgia was a decision that I made for myself, and it helped me to become more independent and find what is right or wrong for me. Hence why I'm back home in Hawaii. And I guess that just moving to Georgia and realizing that wasn't what I wanted to do or be in, and just come back home kind of navigated towards independency.
Understanding ourselves and prioritizing our growth journeys can help us better our knowledge of the world around us. Our relationships are key in the process of understanding each other and acknowledging that we all grow at a different pace. In our next episodes, we'll dive into how social media affects our growth both positively and negatively, and how education and our community play a role in our journeys. 6 different Gen Z individuals share their experiences and how it helped them grow into who they are today. And I'm here to break down the meaning of growth and how our generation handles this vital stepping stone. I'm Madison Hagio, and we're just scratching the surface of the complexities of growth, because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.